Psalm 119 was written as an acrostic poem in praise of God's law. In the Hebrew, each section has 8 lines, all beginning with one letter of the alphabet. There's a section for each 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet with a grand total of 176 lines or verses. Psalm 119 is not only the longest psalm, but the longest chapter in the Bible. In one of my Bible read-throughs, the plan I was following doled out Psalm 119 one section a day. So this psalm took 22 days to read, but that slow pace turned out to be just what I needed. You see, Psalm 119 has always been challenging to me, not just because of the length, but because of the professed piety of the author. He uses the personal pronoun I incessantly, one proclamation after another about what he has done or what he plans to do in pursuit of God and God's word. Here's a sampling from just 3 verses. I have chosen the way of truth. I have set my heart on your laws. I hold fast the statutes, O Lord. I run in the paths of your commands. Now, there are plenty of pleas for God's assistance, but they seem overwhelmed by 115 I statements, like the ones above. So part of me has found it difficult not to dismiss the author's statements as pharisaical and arrogant. But reading this psalm slower, I saw an I hadn't noticed before. It's the very last verse of the psalm. I have strayed like a lost sheep. Seek your servant, for I have not forgotten your commands. For all the psalmist's love of God and his word, for all his pursuing, the reality was that he strayed. He was prone to wander from God. A proud man would not end his psalm that way. The psalmist doesn't say, I'll come back to you, but rather, seek your servant. He has and intends to keep pursuing God, but his confidence is in God pursuing him. I finally heard the psalmist's heart, and mine resonates with his.